A federal grand jury in Miami has returned an indictment charging Congresswoman Sheila Sheriffless McCormick with stealing federal disaster funds, laundering the proceeds, and using the money to support her 2021 congressional campaign.
Chesley Major. Chesley Major. What's going on, fam? Peace and blessing goes out to you and your fam. Hope you're having a good and prosperous day. Today, we're going to dive into a video that I put together, and it's going to be detailing what's going on with Sheila McCormick, the first Haitian Congresswoman appointed to Congress. She's caught in a little pickle. $5 million pickle, that is. Yeah, she been indicted, got jammed up for taking $5 million from the FEMA disaster program.
According to the indictment, Sheriffless McCormick and her brother, both from Miramar, worked through their family health care company on a FEMA-funded COVID-19 vaccination staffing contract back in 2021. It says the company received an overpayment of $5 million and routed the money through multiple accounts to disguise its source.
$5 million? She knows she got overpaid. She was trying to keep that. But let's get back into it.
McCormick is a 5-year congresswoman from Southern Florida. Came in just after COVID ended into her district in Southern Florida. According to a Department of Justice indictment, she has been charged with any number of counts of fraud and misconduct for somehow taking federal relief money that was obtained by her business and using straw donors and another scheme to funnel it into her congressional campaign along with a number of co-defendants. That's according to a press release issued by the Department of Justice.
See, being the first black Haitian Congresswoman, she should have already knew they was on her trail. They was going to be watching her every move. But she wanted the money so bad, she didn't even care. When the money came, she just thought to get rid of it the best way she could and still keep it. But let's get back into it.
Looming charges, if not the pending charges, against Congresswoman McCormick. In a statement, her chief of staff has said she is innocent. They look forward to their day in court to fight this case, but she is a sitting U.S. Congresswoman, not a former U.S. Congresswoman, so there's always the possibility, Vlad, there are some political implications to this that impact the current representation in Florida.
Former federal prosecutor David Weinstein says more details about the representative's alleged role and how it may relate to other COVID relief cases will become clearer once the full indictment is released.
Certainly, the more the facts come out, the better we'll be able to gauge whether or not there was any misconduct.
Weinstein says cases involving the misuse of COVID-19 funding are similar to the Medicare and bank fraud crises of the past.
What happens is that these dollars go out, and when they're being sent out, nobody's really paying attention to who applied for them, why they applied for them, and it's not until afterwards when they start doing accounting and they figure out that they've misappropriated these funds that they then try to turn it around.
In Sheriffless McCormick's case, there are also charges related to her tax filings. The indictment says the Congresswoman and her tax preparer falsely claimed political spending and other personal expenses as business deductions and inflated charitable contributions to reduce her tax obligations. The U.S. Attorney General called the representative's actions a selfish and cynical crime.
The Congresswoman calls this all a sham. What do we know?
Well, Kira, last night the prosecutors in the Southern District of Florida indicted her for allegedly taking $5 million of FEMA donations and laundering it through straw donations and, through other means, through friends and family, and allegedly giving that money to her congressional campaign. They say that, they received this $5 million overpayment in FEMA funds direct to their family health care company in connection with COVID-19 vaccination staffing contract in 2021. That money was then used allegedly for her campaign. And we're getting reaction from Speaker Mike Johnson, who said he just saw what he read. He said it was deeply concerning. Leader Hakeem Jeffries said that she's innocent, presumed innocent until proven guilty, but is stepping back from her committee assignments. And she, of course, is saying she's innocent. She said it's unjust, baseless, and a sham prosecution, Kira.
Sheriffless McCormick insisting she's innocent as she steps aside from her leadership position on a Foreign Affairs subcommittee in accordance with Democratic caucus rules. House leaders telling ABC they're shocked.
At some point, I'll issue a statement, but I'm waiting on the opportunity to have a conversation with Sheila.
If it's true, I'm sure someone will be bringing a censure motion. That seems to be the thing to do now. So we'll see. I'm not going to prejudge it. I just read that. It was just a surprise to me. But who knows? We need ethical people to serve in Congress, and we'll see what happens.
So they get here talking all that crap about work harder. You know, the Jamaicans, y'all may work harder, your Yanks now work hard. The Hispanics, Popi, you have to work hard. You have to do mucho trabajo. You got the Haitians and Africans, you must work harder, and then you can have the American dream. How's that working out for you? As you can see, ain't no hard work being done. It's a lot of fraud being done. A lot of underhanded, under the table, crooked fraud being done. Sneaky, snaky fraud being done. Yeah, $5 million worth. And the family's in on it. That's the thing. You think these people get here and they're just working hard and busting their behinds when actually they're doing all kind of sneaky, snaky, underhanded things to get where they're going or where they're at. Don't let these people tell you they came here without a dime and just worked hard their whole life to get where they're at. There's a lot of these people doing scams. Like, for instance, there's a whole sting of Haitian people who got caught in South Florida for getting fake nursing degrees. They were paying big money to get these nursing degrees. And when they went ahead and audited it and checked it out, they found out that like a couple hundred people paid for these degrees. They didn't even complete the classes. They paid for them. This happens all the time. It's a lot of fraud in the nursing business. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fraud going on in the politics. A lot of fraud going on in banking. And a lot of this is happening. And there's a lot of these people are doing this are the Nigerians, the Africans, the Jamaicans, the Haitians. You understand me? But they'll tell you when they got here, they work harder. Yeah, you keep working harder and they still gonna put your ass out the country because you're illegal. You're not a citizen to America. These people showing you right now they don't give a damn about your hard work. Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, we've been working hard for over 400 years. And these people still on our backs. They still shooting us down in the streets. The police, that is. They still showing us racism in the court systems. They still showing us racism when it comes to housing. They still showing us racism when it comes to banking. And then you get over here, look down on us instead of joining the fight. Talk about, oh, you lazy, work harder. Now your ass in a pickle. And the first thing she screams about is, oh, this is racism, intimidation towards black and brown. But when we were saying that, Black Americans were saying that, there is no racism. There's no racism. I come here, I work hard, I got everything I want, I need, because America is not a racist country. And now you finding out. Fafo, boo. Yeah. The thing I don't get, if you work so hard and you're such a model citizen and you did everything right and you do everything right to be an upstanding pillar of the community, then when the 5 million came in and you noticed there was an overpay, Miss Sheila McCormick, why didn't you just give it back? Why not return the 5 million, knowing damn well they overpaid you and your company? Because she had other plans for the 5 million. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this fraud charge brought up against Sheila McCormick. Leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's get a conversation started. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate all that you do. Subscribe at the bell. Click that like button. It makes a difference. See you on the next one. Peace.